Happy Thursday, all you beautiful radio listeners. Thank you for dropping in on our little happy hour. We appreciate you joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, here's a hand gesture just for you. Not sure if I did this one already, but I only know so many hand gestures, so what can you do? If you are a YouTuber, feel free to join us on the chat. If you're listening on the radio, you may have to use the fan text line, 503-864-6326. That spells 503-2GO-FAN. We'd love to have you join the conversation, share your thoughts, ask questions on any topic, or let me and Casey know who had the better fit video. It's my first time doing one. We got a lot of instruction from Jake, and Joe Fish, the great Joe Fisher, was helping us out on that. So
shout out.
I hope we did those correctly. I don't know where they're posted, if they're posted, but I assume they're posted.
It doesn't look like they're posted yet, but we'll get there.
Well, Jake's right outside. He should be listening to us. The audio from this show is broadcast near his head, so hopefully he will get those posted. But we went through all the trouble, put on my sunglasses. I looked disinterested. I think I did it all correctly to match what the NBA players do when they come in.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way on the app that he used to like stretch us out so we look taller, but I look as tall as you.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters.
That doesn't say
There
much.
were no NBA. I know, but there were no NBA players to like give a different perspective on the hallway that we used. So I think we're safe there.
I think you're right.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that voice is lowercase. So say hello to Casey Smith filling in another day. We got you tomorrow programming note, 1:00 show.
Yep.
And Dusty just came in and reminded me not to talk any college sports when we come on at 1 tomorrow, because we'll be immediately followed by Ducks game day. It'll take you right into the Minnesota game. That's about all the college football I can talk. So you've got it. You've got the information. 1:00 tomorrow. We'll have Patrick Warburton join us for an interview. Do you know who Patrick Warburton is?
I don't, but I'm familiar with the name a little bit.
You do know who he is. You've watched Family Guy, I assume?
Yeah.
Voice of Joe Swanson.
Oh, yeah.
You've watched Seinfeld, yes?
No, I haven't.
Oh, see, that's him. I read it exactly correct. I looked at your approximate age based on your appearance and said you will know this guy from that. I assume you've seen The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
Yeah, you know Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, you know who he is. He will be on. He's doing stand-up at Helium, so he'll join us tomorrow. Today is Take Your Pick Day. We're going to have Sam join us. We've confirmed Sam is not the Sam that works there in the office. This is just some dude. I've never talked to him. No. So Sam is going to join us. We'll call him at 2:30. He's going to do the pick'em. If you're just joining the show for the first time, you've never done Take Your Pick, it's really difficult. I put out a form, and you have to pick all of the NFL games. It's very complicated, but you click an icon for which game that you want the team to win. Whoever wins the most gets invited back next Thursday to join the program, which I've just realized we'll figure out what we're going to do on Thanksgiving week, but that's a whole different problem for future Luke. We'll let him worry about that. If you want to play, go to @FanHappyHour on X, go to my personal Facebook page, go to any of the social pages for the Fan, and you should be able to find it there. You can play now, or you can play along with us at 2:30 when we tell you who we're picking, and you can strategically pick with us or against us or whatever you want to do. I'm a little nervous today. I didn't think I would get anxious about this, so it's kind of a dumb thing. We're a couple weeks removed from the end of the baseball season. We're a few weeks removed from the end of the Mariners season. We're even more weeks removed from the end of the Yankees season. But it's coming down to two guys for the American League MVP. And here I am, actually filling my brain with just well, Cal Raleigh, I mean, he has to win. He's a catcher, and he has all of these things. We've done all the arguments. I literally had Jeff Tate come in here last week just because he wanted to argue about who's going to win the MVP. I don't think that there's a lot more that can be said on either side. It's harder to play catcher than it is to play outfield, and he DH'd quite a bit, and he didn't hit as many home runs because he was injured, and no catcher has ever done this, and Aaron Judge is in New York, and Cal Raleigh all the way up in Seattle. Is there even a voter from Seattle? I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know why I'm so nervous about this, but I'm not even sure how I'll feel if Cal Raleigh wins the MVP. Will it mean anything? Does it mean we get to go back and replay the Game 7 of the AL Championship Series? Because I don't think it does.
Do we get a home run derby showdown?
Do
come
I
next
get
year?
a free T-shirt? No, I'll just have another T-shirt advertised to me that I can buy. But here I am just thinking the Dumper's got to win.
You know where I
Right?
stand.
I know where you stand. I see where your stupid hat stands.
All right.
And I get the whole thing. Would you feel this is kind of where I want to go with this. Would you feel that if Aaron Judge does not win, that he was hosed?
Not as bad as he was hosed in, what was it, 17? When Altuve won the year that they got caught cheating?
Oh, well, yeah.
Not
I mean,
as-
Altuve was great that year,
He
but
was great,
but
but-
now that we know he's a huge cheater. Okay. This feels very much like either guy that wins it, you go, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm happy
'Cause-
either way, especially being a Northwest kid.
Yeah.
If this guy from Seattle wins it, cool. I got to watch him play all year. He was great.
Yeah.
If Aaron Judge wins it, all right.
I mean, well deserved. I think both guys. I mean,
Both
there is-
seasons were immaculate.
Yeah, well, and the argument for Cal Raleigh is that he did things that nobody that's ever played that position have done. Nobody had ever hit 50 home runs as a catcher. He hit 60. Nobody had ever hit more than Mickey Mantle as a switch hitter. He hit 54. Cal Raleigh hit 60. His team won the division. You've got all that. Aaron Judge's numbers are just insane. His batting average plus his power plus. He's great.
Do they take in playoff performance
No.
into that
It
consideration?
should not be taken in. There's only 30 baseball writers. They go and they figure it out. The Mariners went a little further. They both lost to the Blue Jays.
Sadly, that's the only thing that I think that would separate the two of them.
But I
is
don't think
just look at the
you can use that.
playoff performance. But
I
you
think
can't.
it's a regular season award.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know how I'll feel either way. But right now, I've got these weird little sports butterflies for an announcement of an award, and usually not an award guy, probably because I'm a fan of the Seattle Mariners and the Seattle Seahawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Not a lot of MVP voting that I can remember. We got local quarterback Sam Darnold jumping to the top of the MVP list and the odds. I literally took the next show to go, yeah, but he still hasn't done anything in the fourth quarter. It's the way that I'm wired. So maybe there's just a little more built into me that I didn't know, and I'm learning it today. Thank you, sports,
Say, who knows?
for teaching something.
Maybe some more heartbreak for Seattle fans. Who knows?
Well, there could be. I did get a fun little stat, and I know that we're going to dedicate some time later to the Seahawks, as we always do on this program when we get to the Daily Buzz. But my brother sent me a infographic. You know who has the best quarterback rating in the first quarter?
Sam Darnold?
You know, it's the best quarterback rating in the second quarter.
Sam Darnold?
You know, it's the best quarterback rating in the third quarter.
Sam Darnold?
Matt Stafford. You know who has the best quarterback rating in the fourth quarter?
Matt Stafford?
You know when they win football games in the NFL?
The third and the fourth quarter.
Yeah, third and fourth quarter. But yes, Matt Stafford is the best second half quarterback, and the best first half quarterback is Sam Darnold. We need to get to a big lead against the Rams if we're going to make that work.
Granted, Sam Darnold has done a great job at establishing leads against teams early.
This does not mean that Sam Darnold has the worst quarterback rating in the second half, and it doesn't mean that Matt Stafford has the worst in the first half. It just means that they're the best, respectively, in each of those quarters. So we've got that. Very quickly, I do want to get to the awards that were handed out yesterday, and I know that they are not the awards handed out to the Vetter Cup champion Seattle Mariners, but Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens win their Cy Youngs back-to-back for Skubal. And Skeens is just, coming off of a Rookie of the Year performance and was the number 1 overall pick and made it to the bigs in a single year and got up there and has just lit the world on fire, led the league in ERA, 1.97, I think, for the 2025 season.
Yep.
The whole thing was awesome. But then there was this interview that resurfaced. So this is from back at the All-Star game. Tom Rinaldi sat down with Skubal and Skeens together. They had never met. They start chatting, and they're kind of getting to know each other, and it was a pretty cool interview. You can go back and listen to the whole thing. It's pretty easy to find. Just put in All-Star interview, Skubal and Skeens, and you'll find it. But this was a moment that I thought was particularly interesting. This is Tarek Skubal speaking first.
How many offers did you have out of high school?
Two.
Two?
Air Force
Yeah.
and Navy.
I had one. So there's that. That's cool. 3 total between the 2 of them. So it's 2 years of Air Force. You didn't really pick up pitching until sophomore year, right?
Was a catcher.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was probably the time where I learned the most about myself, even though it has nothing to do with baseball. I thought for a while that I was going to fly planes.
I think that's why our sport is so special and unique. It's like everyone develops at different times. Nowadays, kids think they have to be good at 11. I'm like, I wasn't any good until I was 26. It took me a while.
That's pretty fantastic. I mean, you can see the mirroring of this with the MVP race, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Cal Raleigh, who had that in their projections for 2025, that Cal Raleigh was going to go out and hit 60 home runs. Who had Tarek Skubal out of high school when he went to University of Seattle or whatever it was, and ends up making the major leagues and then becomes dominant. And the wild thing is, if he disappeared in the next couple of years, like, would you be that surprised? What was it, Jake Arrieta, that just came out and for 2 years in the middle of his major league career, unhittable?
Steven Strasburg.
Well, Strasburg was like a top pick. Like, everybody expected Strasburg to be great.
I guess. But
Arrieta was one of those guys that was like around for a long time, and then out of nowhere he was unhittable, and then all of a sudden he was like out of the league.
Yeah.
Tim Lincecum was a guy that was like just electric and just unhittable, and then just out of the league.
He had a big drop off. I know. I saw the last baseball game that I went to was actually Rick Porcello in his Cy Young year against Tim Lincecum.
Yeah.
And Lincecum walked the first 4 batters. So
Lincecum, we had a guy that used to work with us here at Odyssey. His name was Alex Hinshaw. He pitched in the majors, was a relief pitcher for the most part. I think exclusively. Either way, he's now in Texas, but good dude. He always had great stories about this. He said they were standing at home plate of the new ballpark. Is it 18? It was 18. Oracle now, right? So he's standing at home plate, and standing flat-footed, Lincecum could chuck the ball into McCovey Cove. Like, what?
Yeah, I just sent my buddy a video of Yamamoto doing the same exact thing.
It's just the
impressive arms out of these dudes.
Well, the arm talent, but then figuring out how to use it. I mean, can you picture Paul Skeens being recruited? He was recruited by Air Force and Navy, and went to Air Force to be a catcher, and nobody saw the potential that is now lighting the major leagues on fire. It's an absolutely wild thing. I love it. It is one of the best things about baseball, and it is hard to ignore. But yeah, I'm very excited for the MVP voting, and I don't think I'll be upset either way, but I'll probably be upset either way. So there you have it. Should we do some In Case You Missed It? All right, in case you missed it, Lamar Jackson returned to practice Thursday, moving fine despite knee soreness, which means he's likely to start against the Browns on Sunday. He missed the practice entirely on Wednesday, but there was a moment today where it looked a little worrisome. He was jogging awkwardly to the locker room like he did in the 2020 Browns game. Do you remember that? When asked about it, he said in both incidents he was just, quote, taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. So it was not a...
I got a little more of a Paul Pierce situation.
I had to look that up, and I was trying to remember. You remember the game where he had that little...
No, I don't.
Oh, he had the little waddle back to the thing, and everybody's like, oh, man, I hope he's okay. There's no doubt that he... But I forgot that was against the Browns. I actually had to look that up today. And then going into the Browns game... I figure you got to make that crack, right? In case you missed it, QB C.J. Stroud will miss his second straight game due to a concussion, leaving Davis Mills as the starter for the Texans when they take on the Titans. Mills led the comeback win in the previous game, throwing 3 touchdowns. If you're C.J. Stroud, you got to be really frustrated that you're going to miss a second straight start, but you know what? Even if you never play again, you'll still be the greatest. You'll have the greatest NFL career of any Ohio State quarterback ever. Is that?
That's fair. And I'm never big on Ohio State quarterback.
And honestly, considering the off-field situation that Deshaun, the massage molester Watson, had, CJ might be the greatest Texans quarterback ever already, too. Is that possible? Is that?
Might be.
I think that might be right. In case you missed it, the NFL has officially filed a grievance against the NFLPA this week, arguing that the union's annual report cards, which publicly criticize clubs, violated the collective bargaining agreement. Let me translate that for anybody that doesn't understand what's going on. By the NFLPA, that means the 1,695 players that participated in the survey. And by NFL, it means a handful of cheap bastard owners who don't like being called cheap bastards. I think that's all the details you need to catch up on that. In case you missed it, Kawhi Leonard remains out with a sprained right ankle and a, quote, significant sprain in his foot, and his return will take time. Honestly, at this point, would you be surprised that Kawhi Leonard had a fourth source of income after his contract, after his mysterious side hustle, after his awkward New Balance commercials? Turns out he also racks it in betting the under on his annual games played. Would that surprise you?
Yikes. I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Okay. No, I didn't think you would. You said yikes? How is that a yikes?
Whoa.
Wow, that guy's the least, trustworthy dude ever. He has phantom injuries every season and plays 32 games. He's like, oh, playoffs? Can I join up now?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and because he plays for the Clippers, at least he's cursed and can't win anything. But he's got one in Toronto. He's got an MVP, and it's a whole thing. In case you missed it, Luka Doncic was evading direct comments on the firing of Mavericks GM Nico Harrison, stating that he is focused currently only on the Lakers. You know who else should only focus on the Lakers? Nico. They might be the only ones that think this guy's a talented executive. Am I right? There's one job out there for you, and it's somewhere with the Lakers.
But it might not be while Luka's there.
Why? I don't think Luke has a problem with him. I live in LA now. I play with the Lakers now. I'm with LeBron. Dude, he will pretend that he misses Dallas when anybody from Dallas is listening. You know he's not mad about that.
Yeah, probably.
There's a 0% chance he's upset about that. In case you missed it, Simone Biles came clean about having 3 cosmetic surgeries. A boob job, an eye bag removal, and an ear fix. She is saying it's all about transparency and showing young girls that social media is not real. And what is real is that when you spend 15 years spinning at G-forces of an F-16 fighter jet, you need a doctor to put things back where they belong. That's true. It's a tough way to make a living, spinning in the air. I've got a lot of these. In case you missed it, the Tampa Bay's plan to return to Tropicana Field for 2026. One season after the roof repairs were required. This is great news for their fan. Singular. Well, do they have more than one? And finally, where'd it go? And finally, Pirates star and now Cy Young winner Paul Skeens publicly denied a report that he wants a trade to the Yankees, reaffirming his commitment to winning with Pittsburgh. That's the kind of loyalty you show to a team right up until the point you're eligible to make more money than their entire payroll. That is, I appreciate.
We'll see you in the pinstripe soon.
I don't want to play for the Yankees unless I can make a lot more money than I'm making now. And hey, with all the arbitration and stuff, he's got to wait. All right, 2:30. Get ready for the pick'em. Find the form. It's on the social medias. But right now we need to get to the Daily Buzz. We do it every day on the Fan Happy Hour and 105.1 The Fan.
10.
All right, I know I told you that I'm very excited about the MVP award. I don't think I'm as excited as I am about the Rams-Seahawks game this weekend. Last year, we compared offensive... Last weekend? Yesterday? Yesterday. What's the word for the day before today? Yesterday. I don't even know what I'm saying. This is how excited I am. Yesterday, we talked about the offense. Today, we talked about the defense. I nerded out, and I'm sorry that I did this, but I just went and compared all the stats that I could find where the Seahawks and the Rams sit in the top 10, and it is ridiculous. Opponents' points per game. Rams, number 2 in the NFL, 17. Seattle, 5th. The Rams are allowing 17 points a game. The Seahawks, 19. Points per play, Seattle is 4.6. That is number 4 in the NFL. The Rams are 4.9. That is good for 6th in the NFL. Opponents rushing. Seattle is allowing 90.7 yards per game. Good for 3rd. Still in the top 10, the Rams allowing 96.9. You want more of these red zones. 2nd best, Rams. 7th best, Seahawks. 3rd down conversion. Seahawks are 12th. They got a little work to do. Rams, 2nd. The turnover margin, this is where Seattle, I find very funny. They had their first 2 forced fumbles on defense last week. Both of them returned for touchdowns. They're still 23rd in turnover margin. The Rams are 4th in the NFL. Team sacks, the Rams right now are sitting at, why did I get an ad popping up on this stupid thing? No, thanks. Seattle, number 2, 3.5 sacks a game. The Rams are sitting at 3 sacks a game. I cannot wait for this stupid football game just to be played. I'm sorry that I'm so hyped, but it is going to be awesome.
The Buzz.
More Seahawks news. Tricked you. You thought I was going somewhere else. I am not. Nick Emmanwori named Rookie of the Week last week. He had a decent little showing in last week's game. 9 tackles, 4 pass defenses, and half a sack in the Week 10 beatdown of the Arizona Cardinals. Nick Emmanwori turns out pretty good at football.
Yeah, out of South Carolina, that boy can play.
The funny thing is, all of the comparisons for his combine numbers that were off the charts, the nearest comparison that they had to it, DK Metcalf. You know what would have been nice for DK Metcalf? To play any other position than wide receiver, so he wouldn't have been such a insane diva. Plus, having that size and skill on the defensive side with a little more agility. And dude seems to be about as good a guy as you can possibly find in the NFL. So he has all the physical traits of DK Metcalf, playing a position that questionably could be more valuable. Wide receiver, obviously a big position, but moving DK out has only made room for JSN to get that much better. And putting a guy like that on the defensive side, especially when you're head coach, kind of one of those dudes that goes out and goes, how can we use this guy as a weapon in more possibilities? He's playing corner, he's playing safety, he's playing linebacker, you're using him in the pass rush, in the pass defense, guarding tight ends, guarding wide receivers. He has the speed and the size to go with tight ends. He has enough top end speed to go with wide receivers, and he's big enough to pass rush. It's pretty outstanding.
Well, I don't know if you remember, that's what Seattle was lacking a lot of last year, was
no question.
A lot of depth in the secondary. They had injuries to Julian Love. I know Reek Woolen got hurt.
But they still have those this year. That's a wild thing. He was hurt like 4 plays into the season, and they have figured out a way to mask it, probably because their front 7 is so gnarly.
Yeah.
So now you're getting the benefit of that. Julian Love hasn't played more than a game and a half, something like that. So if you get him back, but the guys stepping up, you should have Ernest Jones back this week, which will be big. Remember, he started his career in Los Angeles, but you get him back, and you still have like the improved play of guys like Ty Okada and Drake Thomas, who were stepping in for injuries that have been playing awesome. It is exceptional.
The Buzz.
Big win for your Portland Trail Blazers yesterday. They are winning against teams they're supposed to win against. They've got some nice wins. They've had pretty tough schedule to start. They're playing a lot of teams that are in the top half of either the West or the East. So you've played some tough opponents. Even the losses to Miami and Orlando, they're both technically okay teams. But you play a team like the Pelicans, you're supposed to go out there and beat them.
Especially when they're missing Zion, Jordan Poole, and
I don't care who they're playing. If they're playing, I mean, they're 2-8 right now. Yes, Zion Williamson can be a force, but you're supposed to go out and beat them. Shaden Sharp, season high, 35 points, 11 of 11 for shooting from 2-point range. Denny Advia, 32. So you gotta like what you're seeing from the Portland Trail Blazers. Gonna be an up and down season. You'd like to see the ups against teams that are already down, and you'd like to see your downs against teams that are already up. So I will take this as a nice bounce back from a couple of losses to start the road trip. The next game will be in Houston, a team that I think is sitting somewhere around third or fourth in the West. It's early. Who cares? You don't have to check that. I see you going onto the computer. You're only doing it because you're curious. I'm telling you how to do it, Casey. What are they?
They're fourth.
Okay. So, where are the Blazers? Sixth? You have the whole rankings up
The
there?
Blazers sit at
Seventh?
eighth.
Eighth. Okay. All right. So it should be a tough one in Houston, then go play a team in Dallas that doesn't know what they're doing. Hopefully you can go at least 2-3 on this road trip. 3-2 would be fantastic. It would mean you need to sweep your little Texas run here. So we'll see what happens there.
The Buzz.
Let's go to your better Cup champion Seattle Mariners. It's not a victory. They didn't win the award last year, but to have another one of your starters be in the top 5 for Cy Young voting is pretty cool. And the guy that you expected to be your 4th or maybe 5th starter coming into 2025, Brian Wu finished 5th in the American League Cy Young voting. Of course, we already mentioned it earlier, but Tarek Skubal wins the AL Cy Young. Paul Skeens wins the National League Cy Young. And we have MVP voting tonight. I had a few more things, but in the respect for time, so we can get through our pick'em, and maybe you'll actually submit yours, we need to walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk and see what we missed.
This sports update is brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the golf course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials.
Can I say how much I love your "I'm going into announcer mode" voice?
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
First on the fan, The Tokens, the group responsible for The Lion Sleeps Tonight. The song was released in the U.S. in November of 1961 and held the #1 spot on Billboard Top 100 for 3 weeks. I am curious. That's the one. I always think of the Sandlot camping out scene where they go, what's a movie or I guess a song movie that makes you always think of that moment? A song that makes you think of a movie or vice versa, a movie that makes you think of a song.
Well, I don't know. There's a weird song that I've always heard in soundtracks. I cannot give you like a specific one, but it pops up in movies and a lot of TV shows. But there's a song that I heard often enough that I had to go and look it up. It is a French song called Ça plane vous moi by Plastic Bertrand. And it's just this high energy song. You can find it, and maybe we'll play it a little bit to go out of the take your pick.
I'll find
but
it.
That song, a couple times a year, I go, you know what I need to hear? Ça plane vous moi, moi, I don't know all the words because it's French. But it always gives me energy, and it's a bizarre song, but that is the soundtrack song that does not even go to a specific moment in any movie, but if you hear it, you'll know it, and only because of soundtracks, I think.
All right.
Does that work for you?
For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of primetime.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Take Your Pick. Currently, we have 22 people signed up and playing. What's our goal, Casey?
Got to get a milli.
Got to get to 1 million people, so we got a little work to do, but I feel like there's so many people that play along with us as we pick live. That number should skyrocket. One of the people picking along with us live is some guy named Sam. Sam, are you there?
I'm there, Luke.
Fantastic. Turns out we do not work together. I saw your name on there, and I was like, wait, I lost a Sam and picked up a Sam almost the exact same time. I appreciate you joining us. You get the first game all to yourself. Casey's actually going to be with me on Monday's show. So Monday Night Football is all yours, Sam. Cowboys at Raiders. Who's going to win that game?
I'll take Cowboys.
All right. Any reason you're taking the Cowboys over the old Seahawks that aren't good at football anymore?
That's the exact reason.
Oh, okay.
But maybe YouTube TV will save us from another Monday night game.
We can only hope that it stays off the air for one more. All right, go to the Sunday night game. This one should be a great game. I would expect a battle that comes down to the wire because that's the way the Eagles play. They are hosting the Detroit Lions, but I feel like if the Lions have it their way, they're going to go out, pick a fight, try to get as many points as they can as fast as they can. I'm going to take the Lions in this one. I just trust them a little bit more than the Eagles, but this is probably because I am not very smart. The Eagles don't ever look good, but they win. Sam, what do you think happens?
No, we both not be smart because I take the Lions too.
All right, Casey, what are you doing here, bud?
I'm going to take the Eagles. I think A.J. Brown is a little bit fed up not getting the ball.
Of course he is. That's all he ever talks about.
I think he might go for 10 receptions and 200 plus.
Oh, no credit for the defense of the Lions. I'll give you that. All right. We've said, you and I, Casey, have both said that the Broncos feel like one of those big frauds out there. We both picked the Raiders to beat them last week. Obviously wrong about that. The Chiefs are 0-4 in one-score games this season. The Broncos are 6-2 in one-score games. I don't know if it says more about you that you're just about there as the Chiefs or that you only play one-score games as the Broncos. I'm going to take the Chiefs. Sam, what do you say?
Well, like you guys talked about earlier this week, what's Andy Reid's record coming off a bye?
Ooh, it's real good.
I'll take the Chiefs.
All right. Casey?
I'll take the Broncos.
All right, you do that.
I think Bo Nix might have a nice little showing out.
All right. If you keep taking all the teams that I hate, you and I are not going to be friends by the end of this show, but that's fine. I will pick a team that you hate. I will take the Ravens over the Browns. Can either of you give me one reason why anybody should ever pick the Browns in a matchup like this?
I can't. It's the fight for Cleveland, so you take Baltimore.
Yes, you do. Their record, they're like 15 games better than the Browns since they left Cleveland. It's great. Casey?
I hate both of these teams.
I know that you do. Who
sucks.
you take? Yeah, you got to do
This
one.
sucks. I'll take the winner. I'll take Lamar.
I talk enough about this game already this week. I will talk more about it tomorrow. You both know that I'm taking the Seahawks. I will cede the rest of my time to you. Sam, go first, and Casey next.
Unpopular opinion, take the Rams, but it will be close.
All right. Are you one of those Northwest guys that goes, I'm in Portland. How can anybody root for the Seahawks?
No,
Okay.
no, but I'm born and raised in San Diego.
Fair enough.
I'll hate any LA team, but
Yeah.
I have to go with LA on this.
So this is one you hate both teams. That's fun. Casey, who do you
Absolutely.
I think, God, I think I'll take the Seahawks.
got? All right. I like your confidence.
When your D-line does special things, they carry it over to the next week.
Both of these defensive lines do special things. They are pretty good at football. I have a hard time taking the Cardinals after what I watched the Seahawks do to them last week. The Niners, they're well coached. I know that they're injured. Mac Jones playing well. Brock Purdy will play if he comes back, despite what Tom Brady thinks. I think the Niners win this one. What do you say, Sam?
I agree with the Niners in the desert.
There you go. As long as they don't wear those stupid Sandblast uniforms again. God, those were ugly. Casey?
I got the Niners. Jacoby Brissett makes it hard for that O-line to keep blocking for as many seconds as it takes for those receivers, those long developing routes. There's no Marvin Harrison this week. Easy pick.
I mentioned it earlier this week. The one team sitting on the sidelines when all the terrible teams in the NFL were winning last week was the Titans because they were on a bye. Do they make up for missing out on losers winning week by beating the Texans? I don't think they do. Sam, what do you say?
I go with the Texans, but this streams like a Thursday night game.
Yeah, it should be. Doesn't it feel like it should be streaming on Facebook only or something? Casey, what do you got?
Yep.
Davis Mills, man. He likes to carve.
Hey,
he likes to carve.
Dude, he looked really good last week, and he's playing again this week. You thought I was dumb when I picked him last week.
And I was wrong.
Yeah, well.
I was wrong.
It happens sometimes. I think the Bengals are going to come out. The idea of having Joe Burrow back in practice is going to invigorate this team if they can get him back by Thanksgiving. You have a 3-team race coming down the stretch. It's me rooting for chaos as much as anything else. And looking at Casey's face, I know I made the right decision because even he doesn't have faith in the Steelers wearing his stupid Steelers parka starter jacket, whatever it is. Sam, will you pick the Bengals with me and make Casey really shake his head?
I agree. Go with Flacco. This is the game that you look at the Steelers and you wonder what happened.
Yes.
Hard to beat a team twice. Here we go, folks. Here we go.
All right. We all have the Packers beating the Giants, I assume. Or do we give them the Jameis Winston bump? I do not. I will take the Packers. Sam?
Yeah, Winston ain't eating that W. That's Pax.
All right.
I'll take Jameis.
Yeah, you will.
You guys are hating on him. He went and carved against the Steelers in the snow last year. I'm taking Jameis.
I remember when he beat the Steelers at one time. Bears versus Vikings. Are the Bears for real? Are the Vikings good enough to beat the same team twice? I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Sam, what do you say?
I agree. Bears in the dome.
There you go. The Vikings terrible at home this year so far. Casey, what do you say?
Justin Jefferson tweeted out that he needs to get back to, being year one Jetta. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I got the Bears.
All right, Jaguars 5-4, Chargers 7-3. These are two teams that I think want to keep their playoffs hopes alive. The Chargers feel like they're in the driver's seat, but they have the much tougher division, at least in my mind. The Chargers will go out and win this game against Liam Cohen and squad. Who do you have, Sam?
I'll take the Jags. Anything against the Spanos family.
There you go. What do you got? San Diego living true in that comment there. Casey, what do you say?
Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey milk checked every one of our receivers last week. So I'll take Ladd McConkey.
All right, there you go. Bills taking on the Buccaneers. Another great game. Bills coming off a terrible loss to the Dolphins. Do they figure anything out in a week to take on the Buccaneers? I'm going to take... I think I picked Baker earlier this week. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to take the Bills. I think they get a bounce-back game. Sam, what do you say?
I agree. Bounce-back game. Hopefully they improve, and maybe some weather helps push Tampa Bay away.
There you go. Casey?
It's the Bake Show.
It's a Bake Show.
Sam Darnold will lose games down the stretch. It's the Bake Show. If he's not the MVP at the end of the year, I'll eat my words.
Pick these on your own time. We don't need to waste any more airtime than just mentioning that they exist. Panthers at Falcons, Commanders and Dolphins playing in Spain. Let's go to tonight's game. The Patriots are 8-2. The Jets are 2-7. This seems very, very obvious, but weird things happen on Thursday nights. Do either of you gentlemen have the chutzpah to take the Jets to screw up their draft pick even worse? I do not. I am taking the Patriots. Sam?
Agree. Patriots.
All right, Casey. Be brave. Be bold. Pick against the Jets picking first overall next season.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way. The Jets, Aaron Glenn might find a way to win a game, but the Jets will always be the Jets. I'm going to take the Patriots.
Can we just say definitively, if the Patriots win this game, what the hell were all of the teams doing when Mike Vrabel was sitting there watching an NFL season? This is just proof that nobody knows what they're doing when they hire these coaches. I need to go back and look at, first of all, the Titans firing them was maybe one of the dumbest things ever. He's pretty intimidating. It's football. This is very dumb. Sam, thank you very much for playing every week for the last however many weeks. We love having you do it. I hope you enjoyed the happy hour experience.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right. Let's grab one more for the road. We do it next. You're listening to Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network. All right, lowercase. Have you ever heard this song?
Jackass.
That's right. So this is it. I'll just give you this is a short list. This is not all of them because I know that there are others. But for movies, you mentioned Jackass 3.5, Euro Trip, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Beer Fest, Freak Show, Wolf of Wall Street, 127 Hours. That is just some of the movies. And for TV, it is in Ozark. It is in Gossip Girl, Hacks, What's New, Scooby-Doo.
That's a great show.
I don't think I've seen all of those, but
I need to go back and try to find it.
But yeah, exactly. Go and find. But that is when you bring up a soundtrack. For some reason, that is a song that always jumps in my head. But that'll give you a little energy.
That's a good one.
That'll get you going. So yeah, everybody probably had something that they recognized that from, even if they couldn't put their finger on it exactly. But yeah, Plastic Bertrand, Saplamboumoi. We missing anything from the text line or the YouTube chats that we need to address, young man?
If Judge wins the MVP, they might as well start calling it the Hank Aaron Award for the best player with the best stats, rather than the worst, most valuable.
It's funny. It's funny how these awards always get adjusted to what we hope, right? Like they always get written to a narrative. If it's the best player on the best team that rightfully deserves the award, then they just go, oh, well, they're putting in these other things. The Heisman Trophy last year was one of those funny ones where people that were either all in on Travis Hunter or all in on Ashton Genty and had nothing to do with it. Neither of those guys were the best player on the best team. Most years, it feels like everybody resigns to the fact that that's what it'll be until you get a team that's actually a team. And everybody's like, oh, they have to give the award to RG3 or Jaden Daniels or whoever the Washington football team's going to draft and then overuse and get hurt in their second season, and then they'll fall apart and never actually be a good pro.
Bryce Young.
Well, Bryce Young hasn't done that yet, and he didn't play for the Washington football team. Were you on the show?
Carolina's close enough.
Were you on the show when I tried to coin the phrase for Jaden Daniels, the RG three-peat?
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Be like the repeat of the yeah. I'm trying to make that as a thing that we can work into it. Anything else that we need to address?
Not that I'm seeing.
Nope, then we're good.
It's just a lot of chatter.
No, you're good. All righty. So I don't know if you saw this basketball game that occurred yesterday. Golden State Warriors. Yesterday on the show, we talked about how Draymond Green does not believe that the Warriors have a championship mentality. Well, Steph Curry, I don't know if he took that to heart or if he even heard it or if he even cares that Draymond Green speaks. But Steph Curry, as long as he's on that team, I feel like they have whatever mentality you need to at least be interesting throughout the season. They played a game last night against the San Antonio Spurs. Did you catch any of that?
No, I did not.
46 points for Steph Curry. They were the first team to ever beat a team in the San Antonio Spurs that had two guys with 20-point triple-doubles. So Victor Wembanyama had his fourth career triple-double. And why am I not seeing who the other guy was?
Was it Castle?
Yeah, Stephon Castle also had a 23-point double-double. So you went out there, Wembanyama 31, 14, and 10, and for some reason the stats have disappeared for Castle. But he had a 20-point triple-double as well. That has never happened in the history of the NBA where you have two guys go off like that, and they still lose. Concerned about the Warriors?
Probably not.
Don't be. Well, Casey, thank you for filling in once again. We will see you tomorrow. 1 o'clock tomorrow, everybody, because we have the Minnesota team traveling to take on Oregon. Thank you to Sam for joining us for Take Your Pick. And as always, thank you, Isaac Rupp. We're all done. For now. Bye-bye.